This is so exciting. We're gonna add a little bit of color to the pond. Finally add a little bit of color. There they are, going nuts.
From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh ha ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh ha ha!
Enough with the sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh, but.
Well, the water is still clear, and look what we have here. See, we got bugs on the water. But for the most part, everything is doing all right. I actually added a few more plants, some stem plants here, trying to get a handle on what areas are going to be separated for breeding or whatever, what kind of areas are going to be divided up. But anyway, right now we're talking about these guys here. So let's get them out so I can show you what they are. Oh, it's standing up. So these, my friends, are the gold mollies, and they are by no means going to be the primary stars of this tub. But to hopefully provide some color, and I'm crossing my fingers that the weather maintains itself so that these guys will adjust. The first week is usually the most important when you get these fish outside into the tubs, especially when you still have the fluctuating temperatures. They usually will find cover, which is why I am dedicating all these little areas of cover and flower pots and rocks. New York Gold, shout out to New York Gold. He brought me a bunch of rocks, which I have over here. I don't even know where I'm going to put all these rocks yet, but thank you, D. Shout out to him. Check out his channel, New York Gold. Good guy. And he must have knew I was going to be in build mode here. So I just brought this guy in for a close look so you could get a good look at this fish. And the water is pretty cold, I gotta say. It's colder than I would like to add them. They've been acclimating for about an hour. A really pretty fish. I don't like to net them, but there he goes. Let me just let this guy out. And that's the name of the game. So they'll establish their little territories really early on. I really want to get some more paradise fish, but it's really hard to find females, so I'm gonna just cross my fingers. If you guys know anywhere in the New York area that's carrying either the albino paradise fish or the regular strains of paradise fish, leave it in the comments below. I would love to get another pair breeding out here. And just you guys that checked out my last video, since then, look at the growth on this scallion. The roots are actually spreading along this flower pot. I don't know what I'm going to do because it's going to grow really tall. I'm going to have to make one of my homemade pots for this because scallions really grow tall. Just to give you a comparison, I'll show you the ones I put in the pot the same day that I put those in the tub. These are now 24 inches tall. This is all new growth. The original leaves usually die off. Leave them, don't cut them, and you'll get new like this. So this is almost 24 inches. So I always get myself into trouble. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This tub is only like 18 inches, or yeah, about 16 to 18 inches deep altogether. But these plants, nevertheless, are gonna make for a great little cover for these fish. I got 3 females and 1 male. Look how they're schooling together, like the Daniels. Remember the Daniels school together? And I hope they're doing all right. I mean, the water's really cold. Where's my thermometer? I had them adapted. I mean, in natural habitat, these guys can usually tolerate anywhere in the 70s to 80s, but it's just below 70 right now. It's pretty cold here. So I acclimated them for a long time, and I'm going to love to see them thrive. These are pretty tough fish. Like I said, most fish, when you're acclimating them to outside, most of them have been bred, kept, or raised in an aquarium where they're usually at one temperature for the whole year. So it's really important to give them a long observation period. And the funny thing about outside here, I don't have any quarantine for these guys, so they do add a heck of a splash of color in here. Beautiful fish. I mean, you can't see the Daniels. I got a dozen celestial pearls, longfin leopards. You can't see them at all. They're so fast. They just shoot. I usually, when I open the lid, I see them just dart across the whole tub, like that one just did right there. You can't see them, but these will really add color. As you can see from far away, you can immediately see them. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and hope that I get some babies out of there. And I'm still looking for some killies. I want to put some killies in here, but I'm worried about the temperature swing. So if you guys are experienced with keeping killies, let me know what you think about that. I've kept a lot of really minnow-based species in the tub, with the exception of the paradise fish. So I'm really interested in keeping the live bearers and some egg scatterers. I'm just worried the egg scatterers, that I'll never find the eggs in here. So if they don't hatch by the end of the season, it's pretty much goodbye Charlie. And that'll be it. So yeah, cool. There you can maybe see the Daniels shooting around over there. But got a few plants from upstate. Don't do as I say or do as I do, whatever that saying is. But got some long stem plants here, a wild Kabamba type species here, and I'm hoping that it takes off. I planted some. Oh look, I planted this and it just came out. I had this stuck in under a rock. I'm trying to really pot them because I think most of these I've seen growing out of soil, so they're not really free-floating species. But let me know what you think in the comments below. They're awesome when they school. I love the orange, the fact that you can see movement in the tub. I might be out here getting bit by bugs tonight because I'm kind of infatuated just watching them. This is 6 feet of space, so it's not like your average fish tank. You can just see them from the top down, swimming through their environment. Hopefully they eat this bug. So I'm going to be dropping a little bit of flake. I'm not going to do it now because they won't eat it now. But just like the Daniels, exploring their environment, schooled up. Once they get acclimated to the space, they'll pair off. The male will chase down the females and just do his wow thing. So I'm going to find my comfy chair to sit in and chillax. See ya. Well, everybody, it is 3 days later and these guys are doing okay. They've actually managed to find hiding spots in this tank, although they are bright orange. Would you believe that? I had one that was sitting right under this rock. I thought he was dead. I actually reached down and touched him. That's how calm they are. They're in this open water here, and they seem to be doing just fine. There's no picking, no fighting, open spaces. You can see all the solar powered pumps are running. It is blazing hot today. It says 70. It says 72, but it is blazing hot outside. We just had a lot of rain here. Pumps are running really well, and the fish are doing good. I actually stopped at my local store. I got a few extra little fish at my local store. I got a glow Daniel. I know these guys are an abomination to some people, but I got just 2, really cheap, just to add a splash of color so that you can see fish in these tubs. I got one here. I got a ton of Daniels. I know, I'm just kind of getting hooked, and if they breed, maybe I'll get some crossbred Daniels out of it. But I got this guy for here, and I got one for the Super Cube. I even got my not so hot pump to run. That's how hot it is. It's a matter of where you mount these panels, and I had to add on to my stanchion up there for the panel to be an open light. But for the most part, to wrap it up, the fish are doing good, mollies are doing good, and I'm not sure what else I'm going to add to the tub. So if you got an idea, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Love, peace, and hair grease. This is D, and out. It's a wrap.